It's the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia. Again, I'm sorry, you may want to use subtitles or whatever, closed caption. I seem to be getting a little bit worse than I am better right yet, so please bear with me. This ain't easy. Today's video, farmer Rafe Hollister passed on a chance to be one of Mayberry's biggest breakout stars. Already told you the story of how Rafe Hollister actor Jack Prince met Andy Griffith on Broadway. They became fast friends behind the scenes of the Broadway show Dusty Rides Again, bonding over their considerable talents for singing, and soon Andy was asking Jack to come by his dressing room to pal around. He'd invite me for coffee, but he didn't have any cream or sugar, Prince said, according to the Andy Griffith Show fan podcast, Two Chairs, No Waiting. The first time I said I'll go get some from a dressing room, but Andy said, not for any coffee to be drunk in my dressing room. So I learned to like my coffee black, just like Andy Griffith. This compromise over coffee was the beginning of a beautiful friendship, but once the Broadway show ended, the two men parted ways. Andy to his then brand new sitcom, and Jack to singing gigs, and he booked in Las Vegas. Andy would make a point to see Jack perform because once he liked an actor, Andy Griffith truly became a fan. It was one of those trips to see Andy sing that Andy floated the idea of Jack doing an episode of the Andy Griffith Show. Jack said sure, as long as it worked out with the singing gig. Andy was amenable to that. In 1961, Jack appeared as a moonshiner, Ben Sewell, in the first episode, Alcohol and Old Lace. By this point, Jack and Andy had become the kind of friends who repaid each other's visits, so it was Jack's turn to drop in on Andy. Coming by the set unannounced, Jack surprised Andy, and then Andy surprised Jack by asking if he wanted to guest star in that week's episode, resulting in Prince's second appearance on the show as Luke Rainier in The Inspector. That second episode that Jack did led to another on-set friendship, this time with Andy Griffith Show director Bob Sweeney. Curious about Prince's Vegas show, Sweeney decided to make a trip and see Jack on his own turf. Afterwards, Sweeney found Jack, and he gushed. He said, "Jack, I had no idea you could sing like that. We've got to use your singing in that episode." This laid the groundwork for the introduction of Rafe Hollister in the second season episode Sheriff Barney, which led to Prince's final grand appearance on the show, finally belting out a tune in the third season's episode, Rafe Hollister Sings. Although Sweeney by that point had moved on from the Andy Griffith Show, Prince maintained a long-lasting fondness for the director who pushed him to sing on national TV. "Bob spoiled me," Prince said. "He was good. We had a great rapport. I could read his face and he could read mine, and I would never work for a director that I'd had that much affection for again." On the Andy Griffith Show, Prince appeared in 6 episodes, only 3 times as former Rafe Hollister, but that's not to say the show didn't try to get him to come back to Mayberry more often. Story goes that Andy Griffith Show producers followed in the footsteps of the show's star, Bob Sweeney. They went to Vegas to see Jack sing. Afterwards, they approached the singer and asked him if he would be interested in expanding the part of Rafe Hollister, becoming a regular on the show, as commonly seen as characters like Gomer, Goober, and Otis. "Nah, fellas," Prince said, "I'm a singer. When I can't sing anymore, I'll see about acting." Now, don't go thinking Prince lacked respect for acting, though. Watching Don Knotts in his mind was observing a master at work. As so much admiration for Don, Prince said, it's hard to come to comedy and do the scene the same on every take or make exactly the changes you've asked to make by the director. He is by far the best actor I've ever worked with. Although Prince rejected coming to Mayberry star as Rafe Hollister and possibly a future where he became a singing sensation with his own show like Jim Nabors' as Gomer Pyle, he still became a familiar face to fans on the show. When he reprised a song he sings in Mayberry, Lonesome Road, on the TNN talk show in Nashville Now in '91, viewers were thrilled, according to the definitive Andy Griffith Show reference. Another performance he gave in the '90s during an Andy Griffith Show cast reunion at Opryland in Nashville reportedly drew large crowds. Prince never did much acting other than the Andy Griffith Show, but I remain grateful for the time he did spend in Mayberry. "The reason I left Broadway, I was a singer, not an actor," Prince said. Unless it was something really simple or something like the Andy Griffith Show comes along, where you're working with all these talented people like Andy and Don and Bob Sweeney. The ambiance of that show was so great, such pride. Everybody on the whole crew, from the writers right down to the lighting men, were proud of the work, and I'm proud to have been a small part of it. I really wish he would have stuck around. He fit in perfectly, in my opinion. And, if he'd have stuck around, maybe they'd never not need to bring Warren in and try that. They could have just used more of him, more of the supporting cast they already had. And he would have been a great, great addition. In my opinion, what do you guys think? Anyway, all I got for you guys, please check out Classic Rural Comedies, Facts, and Trivia. It's on Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle. And he was a real-life country boy who used his background for Gomer Pyle. Classic TV Facts and Trivia, Hugh Beaumont. You might remember him as Ward Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver, and his very unusual side hustle. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Bono recalls Johnny Cash ending his prayer over their lunch with an honest confession. Sure missed the drugs, though. And Faith and Entertainment is on John Schneider, The Dukes of Hazzard. Fame stands strong in faith. God is up to something, he said. It's a really good one. I like John Schneider a lot. Anyway, all I got for you guys. Please bear with me. This will get better, I promise. Let's start straightening it out a little bit for you. This will get better, I promise. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.